One thing people really envy about you is your confidence, collective. It's unshakable. Not that you don't have insecurities. We all have our low self-esteem days, but nothing about you is performative. There is no act. There's no performance when it comes to the way that you present yourself, the way that you show up and express yourself. You're living authentically now more than ever. You stopped caring what people think because they don't like themselves very much. So they don't want you to know how much of a star you are, but it's undeniable to everyone. They can deny it all they want. They can project their insecurities all they want onto you, but it doesn't work. They want to see you fall from grace, but you always bounce back. They don't want you to have influence, but you're meant to be seen, heard, noticed. Now more than ever. Whatever you did to step into your authenticity, you are more authentic than you've ever been, collective. And it's obvious. It's obvious. It's so apparent to everybody. My bad, y'all. My light is, oh, there it goes. Well, there you go. They want to dim your light. Confirmation. They don't want you to see that you are the shining star you are, but everybody sees it. They've always seen it. Your family, preschool, elementary school, middle school, high school, and beyond, the workplace, the community, the people that you live with, the people that you live around. They all see it, but they don't want you to see it. They want to dim your light. They want to see your light flicker on and off and on and off until the light bulb finally makes that sound and burns out. But you got replacements in the closet. You just went ahead and changed the bulb. That's it. And then the light shines bright again and again and again and again. You bring yourself out of the sunken place. They want to see you fall from grace. That's a bar right there. They don't want you to see your potential, your star potential, your star power. But everybody sees it. When you walk in a room, it lights up. You ever see one of those like crime documentaries? And when they're talking about the victim, they're like, and they lit up a room every time they walked in there. I think it's funny how like they all lit up a room. Like they say that about all the victims. Like they all lit up a room. Like really? Collective, when it comes to you, you really do light up a room, like for real. Like, nah, for real. You light up a room in a way that makes people very uncomfortable because they're living within the shadows. They're hiding something. They're deceitful. Their whole life is a lie. It's a performance. It's an act. Nothing about you is performative. It's all authentic, flaws and all, whether people like it or not. But people like it. Collective. They may not tell you this, and I just got deja vu. They like you. They like you a lot. But the people who don't like themselves very much, we got lemon and water, ran out of coffee, but it's cool. We got warm water and lemon right now. The people who don't like themselves very much, they don't like that other people like you. They don't like that you like yourself. They don't like that you don't care if other people like you or not. And that's why people like you. See, everything with them is an act, it's a performance. They really never know. Do the people around them like them for who they are, or do they like the performance? They'll never know because their whole life is an act. Collective, you tend to meet people who are quite theatrical. They tell people what they want to hear, show people what they want to see, sell people a dream. They'll tell anybody anything in order to control the narrative. But that's not enough to control the narrative around them. They have to control the narrative around you too, because they're triggered by your authenticity. your I don't give a fuck attitude. Most people care very deeply about what others think about them. Public perception, everything's carefully curated and crafted according to like what people want others to see. That's why they hide the shadow selves. You've embraced your shadow. And ironically enough, that's why you shine so brightly. Because you're not overshadowed by the things that people think you should be insecure about. They want you to have a low self-esteem. But any perceived flaws, you've embraced them. You're not going to walk around here insecure with a low self-esteem for the rest of your life. That's what they want, though, because that's how other people see themselves. People are constantly beating themselves up, criticizing themselves, being very critical. That's why they're so critical of others. It's a projection. But you project love, light, acceptance of self, acceptance of others. Collective, you're just not the type of person that goes around judging other people for the way that they choose to live their life. They're harming no one. It ain't none of your business. You've been focused on yourself. You don't have time to sit up here and judge others. But people are constantly judging you, critiquing you. Your life choices, your appearance, where you're at in your life compared to where your peers are at. The decisions that you make, the way you walk, talk. You have people just like picking you apart because they pick themselves apart. And they get tired of that after a while, so they need a scapegoat. They need somebody else to distract themselves. That's why people insert themselves in stuff that they ain't got no business inserting themselves into. Stuff that ain't got nothing to do with them. Yeah, because they're trying to distract themselves from doing the inner work, the introspection. They don't want to do that because they don't like themselves very much. They don't want to do anything about that. So they'll distract themselves with you. I'm telling you right now, you're a star. You got celebrities watching you, old co-workers, old employers, family members keeping tabs. Then running back and telling everybody what they saw, what you're going through. They don't reach out and help. They don't send you well wishes. They want to see the star fall. They want to see that star fall right out of the sky, fall from grace. Because they don't want to believe that you could live authentically. Do your own thing, not care what people think. Not adhere to societal expectations. Doing what's socially acceptable, doing what's expected of you, living up to somebody else's expectations. How's somebody else going to have expectations of you? It's your life at the end of the day, collective. And I feel like you're following your intuition. Like people follow the star to know which direction to go into. You're following your intuition. You're putting all your faith in that star. That star is you. And it's always going to lead you in the right direction. It may not make sense. It may not make sense to you. It may not make sense to anybody else. Well, why are they doing it like this? Why'd you make this decision? Why are you behaving in this way? Why'd you say that? Doesn't make sense. When you're following your intuition, it rarely does. It rarely makes sense. Until it all comes together. Until you start seeing those blessings. Until you start seeing the results, the fruits of your labor. The inner work, that's tougher than any outer work that you could do. But that's what people distract themselves with. Not that it's bad to work hard. But anything is bad if you're using it to distract yourself from what you really should be doing, which is following your intuition, living authentically, doing what makes you joyful, your passion, your purpose. But it's too difficult. It's too hard. Changing harmful behaviors. It's too hard to do the shadow work. They don't want to forgive whoever they need to forgive. They'd rather hold that grudge. It's too difficult to take the person who abused you and mistreated you, the person who lied on you, counted you out, left you for dead, wanted you dead, lied on you. It's hard to wish that person well and send them away with love. That's hard. That's difficult. That's one of the most difficult things that you're ever going to have to do. Take that person who despises you and is trying to actively ruin your life and send them away with love. Forgive them and wish them well. That's hard. That's damn near impossible, especially when it comes to the type of people that you meet, collective. Because they don't just like dislike you, they hate you, they despise you because that's how they feel about themselves. And you're a mirror, you're a reflection of everything that they're running away from. You're their shadow self, personified. You're showing that it is possible to do the inner work in isolation, but that they don't like that part. They don't like the in isolation part. They rather be surrounded by the group, the sycophants, the yes men, the people that enable and encourage toxic behavior because they're toxic themselves. So it's an echo chamber. Everybody's enabling each other. You're being rewarded. You're being incentivized to not do the inner work, not forgive whoever needs to be forgiven. That's my problem with groups. You get group think. No one's an individual anymore. Now it's the group. And the group always has to have an adversary. That's why you don't fit in the workplace. That's why you experience bullying in school and in the workplace. That's why you don't fit in with the friend group, with the community, with your family. You're always the outcast, scapegoat, odd man out. You're the adversary. They always had to have one person that they gang up on because they don't want to identify shadow selves, traits and characteristics that they don't like about themselves. They need to work on that, heal, forgive whoever needs to be forgiven, send them away with love and light, wish them the best, wish them well. Why do I react this way to this kind of person? When somebody says this or does this, why do I react that way? Why do I do that? There's a reason, there's a rhyme and a reason. Why do I attract the type of people that I attract? Why am I attracted to a certain kind of person? Because they have characteristics that you feel as though that you're missing. So you try to find that in somebody else when you should be inspired by that person to unearth and uncover those characteristics within yourself. Then you're going to realize it was never them that you were attracted to. It was the traits and characteristics that were lying dormant within you that were begging, pleading to come out to the surface. That's healing. That's processing trauma. That's healing your inner child. That's your nervous system regulating itself because now you feel safe with you, if that makes sense. But I feel like the people who try to lie on you, mistreat you, and they just like disliking you. They like disliking you. They like ganging up on you. They like getting other people to gang up on you with them. They like it. They like being toxic. I don't think they have the emotional intelligence to actually dissect why they are the way they are, why they so triggered by you. Why do they want to see the star fall out of the sky? Why they so envious of your confidence? You don't need to perform. They look at you like, how dare you not put on a performance? How come you're not following along with the rules, the social expectations? How come you're not saying the right thing? How come you said it like that? How come you're doing it like that? We don't like you because you're different. But really, they don't like you because you're authentic. And it's not that they don't like you, they don't like them. Continue living. I don't know what you did, but continue living with authenticity. You did something. You shifted something. You changed your mindset where it's like you're living for you and only you now. And in doing that, you're going to attract the right type of people. You're also going to trigger the wrong type of people. You got to take the good with the bad. Continue embracing those flaws. Continue having an acceptance of self. Continue following your intuition, because in following your intuition, you got other people following you too, following along on your journey. I'm telling you, you're going to have disciples, a congregation, a flock, a group of people that resonate with the way that you're living and are inspired. Continue doing you. You're the star, and everybody sees it.